I just want to know about the cost-saving benefit here of murdering children, please. So remember during like 2020, a lot of like weird right-wing meme teams started like popping up out of nowhere. I'm talking about the cringe crew, like the Proud Boys, the 3%ers, all of those types of guys, Oath Keepers, all of these types of guys who like crawled out of the woodwork to just try to make America worse for their own personal gain. Boogaloo Boys, that's true. That's true. All of these like freakazoids and everything. So we haven't heard much about them. Many of them have been arrested. Many of them have sewer slided. I'm not going to say that's good, but it did happen. Many of them left the country, but many of them, as unfortunate as it is, indeed got into office. Sorry to say it, but it is true. Some of them are sneaking their ways around different state legislatures at this moment in time. It is a pretty bad thing, and we're going to talk about one of them, okay? Because this is not good. But at least he showed himself a little bit. We're going to be talking about the little state of Alaska. Now, I'm not sure if I have any Alaska frogs here. There's not much I know about Alaska besides the gold rush show where people are incredibly poor and they are about to go into complete abject poverty, and instead of the government helping them, they decide to take a trip to Alaska to mine gold out of like a pot of dirt until they either go completely bankrupt or make money, and they made a show out of it. That, and Alaska has the highest rate of drunk driving in the entire country. Outside of that, there's not much else that I know Alaska for. But now I do know, I learned recently that apparently they have a massive fascist problem as well, it seems, up there. Because a little political article released not too long ago, you should not be allowed to run for government. Run for the government you tried to overthrow. An Alaskan Republican and Oath Keeper who attended Trump's January 6th rally goes on trial for disloyalty. So this guy went on trial for trying to overthrow the government. And I'm not sure exactly what happened to him, but it's not necessarily important because because he is now sitting in office at the moment after this. Horrible, I must say. But it is true. The Trump-loving, America-hating Republican made it into office. And everything was a little quiet. At least it was quiet outside of the state. Until recently, until this guy made the news for some very inflammatory statements that he made. Let's just take a look at what he said. Because I got to tell you, it's not going to be good.
In the case where child abuse is fatal, obviously it's not good for the child, but it's actually a benefit to society because there aren't needed for government services and whatnot over the whole course of that child's life.
Through the
this is just, it's simply just, if my man woke up and decided, today I'm going to read every children's book with a villain in it, and I'm going to take hey, you know how like those people, like those really introverted, impressionable kids, like read a book or like they see a TV show and then they start mirroring their personality, like those like weird little kids who play JRPGs, Final Fantasy or something, and then fucking come to school acting like they're goddamn Cloud Strife, even though they don't even know how to do their own laundry. You know what I mean? If this guy decided to find like the top 10 villains in stories in America and then just mirror all of their personality traits into one thing, and that's how he wanted to govern as like a representative. It's just, like, what the hell? What are you saying, dude? Like, kids, yeah, like this is the guy. This guy is the kid who read like Tokyo Ghoul back when he was in high school and started to come to school with like the swooped hair over the front. Like, get a haircut, freak. Anyways, all right then.
The whole course of that child's life.
Through the chair, can you say that again? Did you say a benefit for society?
Talking dollars. Now you've got
Yes.
a $1.5 million price tag here for victims of fatal child abuse. It gets argued periodically that It's actually a cost savings because that child is not going to need any of those government services that they might otherwise, be entitled to receive and need based on, growing up in this type of environment.
Through
It's just it was so bad. I've actually never seen that before where it was so shocking to hear a Republican say something that they actually unironically needed him to say it again because they weren't sure if what he said was was exactly what they heard. It was so bad. Look at this guy. He's like, it's over. I've never seen a man so stressed in my entire life. His hairline's going to take it's crazy that this man's hairline even took a step back. He was so shocked. It's wild. This is crazy. Like this idea that actually killing children who are killed by their parents in child abuse is actually a benefit to society because they won't need to soak up money from the government anymore for getting the benefits that they deserve after being abused. Really? That's the point that you take from this? Really? Hurt children. Say that again. What is happening? And this dude's got the craziest gamer slouch I've seen in my entire life. How in the world do you elect a Redditor into office? This is a guy from what's that Reddit community that's all about like hating children? Like their only thing in the world is about how much they hate children. What's that one again? This is like a mod from that like r/I fucking hate children Reddit community who decided to this is an r/child free mod who like somehow stumbled his way out of his basement and into office and decided that it would actually be reasonable for him to take his like batshit crazy beliefs into the real world. You know what this is like? Have you seen that 4chan post? That's like me walking into Subway, seeing a white woman, forgetting I'm in real life, say out loud, "White woman spotted." This is what it looks like. This is what these people look like once they go outside. This is wild. I never expected them to make it, but they did. The white woman spotted. When the internet poster comes into contact with the real world for the first time. It's like that picture of that dog who's never touches grass for the first time, and this is what happens. It literally all fell apart.
Through the chair, Representative, I guess that would be the idea, if I can use a really bad analogy, when you hit somebody, always back up because it's cheaper to insurance. I don't pertain to that, and I'm really, I'm not even sure how to answer that there's a cost saving to the death of a child.
Hey guys. Killing children, it like really sucks, but have we thought about like the monetary benefit of like that is? Just so you know, what this would do is if this actually got popular, would incentivize parents to murder their children if they felt like the kid would like seek help or something, because then, hey, listen, it'd be a cost benefit to the entire state. Why not? Yeah, the capitalist final boss.
The impact that has on a family and us as a society when a child is lost, especially to child abuse and neglect, is unmeasurable. And it's...
Oh, hey, listen, to him, it's very measurable. Listen, he calculated the dollars because that's the only thing that really mattered to him.
It's hugely tragic.
Yeah, follow up. And
can I respond to that really quick?
the way that you're calculating this 1.5 million, and when I say you, I mean the people who did calculate it, does that 1.5 million get higher or lower depending upon the age at which the child is killed?
So again, there's multiple factors.
Holy shit, he's just gonna... So like, if you're saying if like a parent just like kills their toddler, would that be better than them killing like a 10-year-old? I just want to know about the cost saving benefit here of murdering children, please. What the fuck?
And a number can definitely increase, but again, I don't believe it's going to matter if they're older or younger. Again, a loss of a child is really unmeasurable.
Remarkable. How much for the 5-year-old? Somebody check this man's hard drive. My man sees a kid and all he sees is dollar signs. That's crazy, dude. That is crazy. I'm I'm a bit shocked if I have to say so. I've heard it before stream, but like hearing it again, it keeps getting worse the more I hear it. If I'm going to be honest with you, it keeps getting worse. And yes, this is Representative Eastman. This is Representative Eastman. Okay, same guy. Republican State Representative David Eastman went on trial accused of betraying his oath of office. The charge that Eastman, a hardline conservative and a fervent Donald Trump supporter, had violated a disloyalty clause embedded deep in Alaska's constitution and thus ineligible to hold office in the state. In January 6, 2021, Eastman was in Washington, D.C. to rally for the defeated president trying to overturn the 2020 election. Eastman says he never went inside the Capitol and hasn't been accused of any crimes connected to the riot that day so far. But he also has ties to the Oath Keepers, a far-right group whose leader was found guilty of seditious conspiracy and in a violent plot to disrupt the transfer of power on January 6th. Eastman purchased a lifetime membership to the group nearly a decade ago. This guy has been a part of the Oath Keeper. This guy get a lifetime membership. He's like, I want to be, he basically bought he's in a relationship, okay? He bought a promise ring from the Oath Keepers. Fucking lifetime member. Yeah, it's crazy. It's not even like I'll dip my toes in the water. He was like, I'm going all in. He was like, I'm going all in. I want all of this. I want all of it for life. Let me in. Insane. Here he is. Yeah, that's the guy. There's the guy, Representative Eastman. What the fuck? Eastman continues to serve in the legislature as something of a pariah, but more defiant than ever. And his presence is a glaring reminder that the last 2 years after January 6th, the insurrection forces unleashed by Trump and his allies have yet to be expunged from American politics. They're in American politics. Some of them are American politics. It's disgusting. So what I think is what happened is that he realized that he was able to get away with doing something as disgusting as trying to overturn the entire election, overturn the entire country. And then he was like, all right, I can do whatever I want. At this point, I could basically do whatever I want. If I can get away with this, I can get away with anything. And so he said, you know what? I'm just gonna come out and say it. Killing children is have you guys thought about how, like, if they can't make any money, then it's kind of better for us? It's kind of like the idea that, like, some cops have, that it's better to kill, like, a suspect that you abused so you won't get your pay docked and the department won't have anybody who's going to, like, file claims against you. Just kill them. It's better to just kill them because then they listen, dead men tell no tales. So it'd be easier paperwork wise for the department. It's shit's insane. The disregard for human life. Disgusting. Well, but that's not the end of the story. Apparently, they've had enough of him. After he was able to get away with the shit that he was able to do thus far, they've had enough of him. They're sick of him. And so this morning, my boy was censured. They censured him. They got him. They're like, we're done with you. We can't. I'm surprised that they didn't do this a long time ago, considering like who he is. Look at this fucking goddamn like Sheldon actor reject. Holy crap, look at that face. I hate this guy so much. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the Family Values Party. Get fucked, Jack. He looks like he just said a slur to like the table of minorities sitting next to him at the lunch table. And then they start yelling at him. And then he's like, I can't. Look at these guys. This is the type of face. He's like, just waiting. He's like, yeah, he's sitting next to like the black girls in like at the lunch table. And he's just sitting there drinking his fucking strawberry milk. Like, man, you just wait until 4chan hears about this one. You guys are going to be in a green text to end all green text. Okay. Wait until my racist buddies hear about this one. Holy. Experts testified before Alaska lawmakers Monday about the widespread long-term harm about child abuse in the state to the economy, to the workforce, and to the taxpayers when traumatized children and the adults they grow up to be rely on government services. But in questioning of those experts, Representative Eastman zeroed in on the possible benefit. In the days since the committee meeting, Eastman's remarks have caused an uproar. His colleagues called him despicable and atrocious and indefensible. Wow, really strong words against him. Really strong words against him, fellow lawmakers, I bet. On Wednesday, Alaska House of Representatives voted 34-1. One? Who's the one? To censure him. Representative Andrew Gray, introducing his censure motion, said Eastman brought a great shame onto this house. You've disgraced your family. The only lawmaker who voted against the motion was Eastman. Oh, himself? He voted against it himself. He's like, listen, guy, listen, you got to be your own number one fan, okay? You got to be your own number one fan. I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do anything wrong. Who was also censured in 2017 for saying, wait, this is the second time? For saying that some Alaskans try to get pregnant so that they can get a free trip to the city to get an abortion. He was the first Alaska House member in history to be censured, and a formal, otherwise carried no repercussions. Holy shit. It's not even worth anything. They're just saying, hey, you're a bad guy. They can censure him 100,000 times and he'll just keep saying shit. Oh, apparently now he thinks that women just get pregnant so they can get a fun trip to, guys, I got pregnant. You know what that means? Free trip to Anchorage. Oh, and me and the girls going to Anchorage. Can you imagine? It's going to be litty, dude. Oh man, I can't wait for, I don't know. What the fuck is there to do in Anchorage? Anchorage abortion adventure. Woo! Grilled whale blubber, let's go! Oh man, I love Anchorage, man. You don't even understand. Anchorage sounds cool, to be honest. It's not. More snow, let's go. All right then. Yeah, we got a very smart man here. Eastman said in a text message that he was playing devil's advocate. Oh, he was doing a debate. It was a debate tactic. You don't understand it. It was a simple debate tactic to see if there'd be a good answer. As you can see, I was just memeing, guys. You don't get it. I asked them to respond to the argument we hear regularly as pro-life legislators that there's an economic benefit to society when unwanted children are aborted, since Alaska's Children's Trust was arguing the opposite in the committee yesterday. Okay, buddy. I bet, buddy. Sure. He is 100% a Redditor. Oh, 100%. 100%. Eastman described abortion as the ultimate form of child abuse. The ultimate form of child abuse? Really? I don't even want to go down the list of the other things that you could possibly do to kids, but like I don't believe this is true in any way, shape, or form. If I'm going to be completely honest with you. No, it's not. There are many. I think it's worse for a child to be born and then you to hurt them afterwards. If I'm going to be honest with you. They didn't even ask to be there in the first place. At Wednesday's censure hearing, Eastman defended himself and described the push to formally reprimand him. The outrageous accusation that somehow I and members of my district support the extermination of people or support child abuse when I've staked my entire political career arguing for the opposite is not acceptable in this body. Why you can't say that to me? Look at this guy. Wait a second. Wait, look at this dude. This is the picture that he fucking took. This is the picture that my guy took afterwards. Me and the boys getting censored again. Oh, dude, what the